there's lots happening this weekend. One of it being we're all preparing, I guess, for either Pesach or Easter. In the house, Katelyn, how are you?
Always good when
You
I'm in the
always look
kitchen.
so pretty and your hair's always perfect.
Oh, you're pretty.
Aw, well, what are we making? Hot cross buns, I see.
Yeah, so we're making mini hot cross bun donuts.
I love it.
So this was an idea I dreamt of. Does that make me weird if I dream of food?
No.
So I come up with recipes
I dream
in
of
my
a to-do list. Okay, so you dreamt of this beautiful... Look,
Yes.
it looks quite cool. And then I realized that you put them on a baking tray, but not to bake, but to rise. So you have to take me through this.
Yes, because they're donuts, so we have to fry them.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got some flour in here. We're going to add a little bit of salt.
Can I ask a silly question?
Nothing silly.
Why don't you sift it?
Because we're going to be working up gluten, so we don't need air in this case because we're getting the air from the yeast.
All right.
So we've got some cinnamon going in here, some mixed spice. We've got some mixed candied citrus peel.
Hey, that's how they get the candy in there, of course.
Correct. And we've got some yeast. This is just instant yeast because I find it easier. And then we've got some raisins that are going to go in here.
And you use the small raisins, huh?
You can leave out the raisins if you want, actually.
Yeah.
You can add chocolate chips. That's also
I
good.
find that a lot of people, they're quite fussy with raisins in food.
Oh, hey.
And with onions, I guess.
So now we've got our salati sugar going in.
There we go.
So this is the Plantation Select. So it's got a little bit of a caramelly kind of flavor to it.
And a
It's
darker
quite
colour.
nice. Exactly.
All right.
And then we're going to crack an egg in here.
And your recipes are always very easy.
Well, I mean, a lot of people are intimidated by yeast, using yeast, and it's really not that difficult.
You know what I'm intimidated by? The oil and frying it, because you never know for how long, because it's a ball that you have to put in oil, but we'll get to that
Yeah,
now.
and that's why I made them little bites, because it's very difficult to undercook them if they
How
are
do you
little
know,
bites.
or how do you make them the same size?
You can weigh them if you're that way inclined. I'm a bit of a Virgo, so I like to weigh things.
I don't want to weigh. I just want to grab and make sure that everyone gets a ball. It doesn't matter, different sizes.
It gives it character. It makes it look like a homemade.
Yeah, definitely.
So-
So I love making stuff look homemade. Okay.
Okay, so we're just going to bring this dough together nicely, and then you're going to knead it until it's nice and smooth. So this is kind of like a bread dough kind of vibe going on here. So I'm just going to carry on kneading this until it's nice and smooth.
How long do you need it for?
You can see it's nice and it will go smooth and elastic. And then once it looks right, then you know, so follow your intuition. But
My
we're going to be
intuition.
making hot cross buns at the baking boot camp this weekend.
Oh,
so.
of course. Baking boot camp is happening this weekend. Do you know how many people ask me about that? They either ask me where Katelyn is or how can they bake with you. So you can this weekend. It is in Johannesburg, right?
It is,
Okay,
yes.
send your details to baking@expressoshow.com.
And it's super fun. It's
Yeah.
like the highlight of
Baking boot
my
camp.
weekend.
You see, yeah, I didn't get an invite this year, so I'll be at home.
Oh, it goes without saying that you're invited, obviously.
Thank you.
So once you've kneaded it, it's going to be all nice and smooth like this. And then you're just going to pinch off little balls
And you literally roll them.
and just roll them.
They're going to set out, right? They're going to
Yes. So then
rise.
once you've done that, you can pop them onto a baking tray.
Okay,
like
these
this.
have now risen and...
Yes, so
They've
these
done
have
their
doubled
thing.
in size. So you can see from that little ball, they kind of double in size.
I'm supposed to do all of that. Wait, let me clean
No,
that
man.
up for you. All right.
Okay, there we go. And now we've got the crosses are the most important part because if a hot cross bun doesn't have a cross, then it just makes it an angry bun, doesn't it?
You could smiley faces on them. Okay, so how do we do this? What did you mix in your
So this
crust
is
mixture?
just a mixture of flour, oil, and water.
Flour, oil, and
So it
water.
looks like that.
Okay, it's quite pasty.
Yeah, it's like a little paste.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
nothing fancy. And then we're just going to pop little crosses on here.
Look, it's mini.
Oh, they're so cute. They're like little hot cross bun
Do they
babies.
stay on when you put them in the oil?
They do, because the cross mixture is quite sticky. So just like that. And then we've got our hot oil over here. It's at about 180 degrees.
Right.
So stand back.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to pop them in there.
All right. That's not that hectic.
No,
Okay,
just to be safe.
just to be safe.
And then we're going to deep fry them until they're nice and golden brown. You'll see, I mean, the minute you got that color, they'll be cooked inside.
Yeah, because
So-
that's so when they're brown, they're ready.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's a good.
So once we've done, we're going to just keep on flipping them so they can brown all over, really.
Do you
You'll
only
see how
put
cute
two?
they look.
Yeah, they can be coming brown. Do you only put a few in at the same time?
Yeah, I try not to do too many at a time because then it drops the temperature of the oil.
Ah.
Yeah, so then what we're going to do is once these are cooked, I'm just going to put some caster snow in a bowl and then we're going to pop them into the caster snow.
So you wait till
caster snow.
they have to be hot still, and you put them in the caster.
Yes,
snow
and
after
then
that.
it kind of like absorbs all that caster sugar and goes all like crystally on the outside.
I'm glad you
Beautiful.
used the salati one because it's fine, right?
It's nice and fine
yeah,
and it creates a beautiful crust on it.
Okay,
yeah.
so
So these are almost actually done.
You can see I'm concentrating here because I need to do this this weekend, and it has to be finished by Sunday.
So just drain them a bit and pop them in here.
And you roll them around.
And with my fingers of steel.
I love this. Our keyword for this morning is salati. Well done. That looked great.
Thanks.
Our keyword for this morning is salati. Salati to 33728. You can make these beautiful, what do you call them? Oiled hot cross buns.
Hot cross bun donuts.
Donuts, sorry. Hot cross bun donuts. You can make it at home as well. You'll get a link to the recipe, and we'll charge you $1.50 for that link. But it's really beautiful. This is how we got to this point.
Rub together flour and butter. Mix in salt, sugar, spices, mixed peel, yeast and raisins. Beat together egg and water, then mix into the dry ingredients to form a dough. Knead for 10 minutes, then divide into balls. Leave to rise. Mix water, oil and flour, then pipe across on each ball. Deep fry until golden. Drain, then dust in caster sugar. For the full recipe, visit the Espresso Morning Show Facebook page or log on to www.expressoshow.com. SMS the keyword salati to 33728 to receive the shopping list on your phone. SMSs cost R1.50, no free SMSs, T's and C's apply.
So our keyword is salati to 33728. I just made my own one. Mine looks a little bit different than Katelyn's.
Come here, little hot cross bun babies.
I'll try one that's not too, and they're quite fluffy when they're done as well. And you just saw it. You can make it at home too. We'll also put some pictures on our Facebook page for you so that you can see what they look like up close if you're not going to make them. Are you going to make some this weekend?
Of course. But I want to know, what do you normally have on your hot cross buns? Because I know you've got something weird.
I like peanut butter and honey.
Okay. Okay.
What do you like?
I'm quite traditional, just lots of butter. But people also have pickled fish. So yeah, I'm kind of curious to find out what people have on their hot cross buns.
I'll ask Mum about that. My mother makes a killer pickled fish.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, she
Yum,
does.
yum, yum.
This is really good.
Thanks.
Yeah, this is really, really good. You can make this too. Espresso Show on Facebook. Thank you, Katelyn.
Any pleasure.
Oh, this is great breakfast. This is your feel-good breakfast show, Espresso. We'll be back after the break.
The sweetness lingers longer with another delicious recipe brought to you by Salati.